Okay, my name is Tomek Majka. I'm in the industry for 27 years now. When I firstly joined, it was not related to the game dev. It was related mainly to the distribution of games. I brought Half-Life 2 to Poland and Splinter Cell and a couple other titles. So working on distribution, then I started to create my own distribution company as a private entrepreneur, and suddenly appeared that most of the companies that I work with opening their divisions in Poland. So I said, okay, let's start to make game and export them elsewhere. I was successful to brought one of the first game dev companies to the Warsaw Stock Exchange, and then I went bankrupt. Lost quite a lot of money. House. Didn't lose my family because they were standing behind me. And then I said, okay, I suffered. And I became a waiter. I've been waiter for 2 years after this. So I've been making games, distributing absolutely top tier games. Brought the company to the Warsaw Stock Exchange. Fantastic success. Then I became a waiter. I was serving food. Nothing wrong with it. I was the best waiter in this restaurant because I love cooking, as you can see. But the people, my colleagues from the industry, told me it's complete and utter waste of experience and knowledge for me not to be in the industry. So I said, okay, I will come back, but I will do something completely different. I promised my sons who were working with me, the older son was working with me, and he saw everything I did, that I will not be making games. Because they basically don't want to see it again. But I brought something new to the industry, which is called reverse recruitment process. Reverse recruitment was an idea of how to bring the people to the game dev studios who will be taken care of and who will be really not a cell in a spreadsheet, and they will be subject who makes games, not the game makers from the company. So we've brought an idea of taking care of them, finding their real needs, and it was quite successful because for the 3 years we have recruited 137 people into the industry, and despite the situation on the market, 133 still working for those companies. So my idea fix of getting the perfect match between the studio and the person worked. But today, this is the story here. Okay, so I am now here. But I'm not here to talk about HR and recruitment. This will be late in the afternoon on the panel. But today I'm going to answer the questions. Is gaming industry in crisis, or is getting mature? To answer this question, we need to go back. And we need to go back far, far. And put it in a certain context. please remember this when I will be talking further on. So what we are going to talk about today is we're going back to the history. Then we talk about baby that is growing. We will talk about youth mistakes, parents' correction, and the learning curve. So everything started with Adam. Guess why? Who is Adam? Who the fuck is Adam? In 1776, Mr. Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations, the basis of the modern economy. And in 1972, Mr. Bushnell, also Adam, published Pong. So the modern economy has over 220 years, 240 almost, and our industry is a baby. Yeah? Again, have it in mind during my further presentation. Do you know what it is? Hey, come on! No? Come on! You know? No. Richard us, you know.
Something from basic theories of economics.
Yes, exactly. Cycle, economic cycle. Yeah? So we have here the peak, it's growing, then it's going down, we have then we have expansion and recovery and prosperity, and again and again and again. And it started in 1772. And it's lasting for over 200 years now. But apparently our baby started to grow. Okay, so we are a little bit like a startup. Not you. We all as the industry. So we have, initial enthusiasm. Then reality sets in and said, it's not going to happen this way. Industry is now experimenting, pivoting. Come on, what's going on with you, man? Here. Experimenting, pivoting, defining new stuff, new games, new genres, new technologies. It starts working. And then it's going to scale up. And we are more or less here as the industry. And this is how it happened over the year. Adam Bushnell. We are more or less here. The instant growth of the industry. But are you sure? Is it? Have a look on a couple points on this. Every 14 years, more or less, either due to technology or something else happening on the market, our industry suffers a decline, more or less, but it's happening. It happened here, happened here, then it was flood, and it happened here, and the recent growth and the recent drop is just a scale. Because if I'm falling down from this one, it's completely different if I fall down from this one. Yeah? So, every 14 years, something is happening. So, let's come back to the previous slides. Are we different? No, we're not. It's happening, it's happening, it's happening. And we haven't even noticed that it's happening also for our industry. Because we were in the instant growth line. And we are young. You are young. And so we can see that it's happening. Only the scale is different. Only the factors that are affecting this change are different. But in fact, nothing's changed. It will happen. It will happen the next 12 years or 14 years. Again. So, what this young, not baby, but let's say youngster made mistake make? Okay. I definitely would like to say the rise cost of development. You are demanding too much as developers. There were metaverse and NFT, let's say, failure, but I wouldn't say it's a failure. It's probably too early. This crypto stuff had a really bad shape at the beginning. It's getting more and more real games. There are games in games. Definitely too many products. We started to produce like idiots. And no one was going to play this. Yeah? And by this, reputation of the industry fell down among the investors. Of course, we had the problems with the games that, because they were made too fast, they were failures. But come on, listen, man, and people, it was all predictable. It was predictable. We could predict when it will happen, which year it will happen. If we only look to the normal basic economy cycle. So, Mr. Smith's invisible hand of the market decided to correct it. And have a look here. This is the industry value from the 70s to predicted 2025. And this is the trend line created from 70s to current times. If we would only cut and forget forever the anomaly of 21 and 22, our trend line would be exactly where the market is now in 2024. It was predictable. It was, but Mr. Yves Guillemot, who is the president of Ubisoft, he's a smart man. He predicted it. He knew it. I don't understand and I don't believe the people who knows economy didn't know what happened. Just cut it and we will land exactly in the value of 2024. Exactly. Bam. So what is the learning curve? Do you know how the learning curve works? There are a couple of rude words in it. Okay. It's like making games. And this is how industry was created. Looks like fun at the beginning. Oh fuck, it's hard. Yeah. But it started to work. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah? I don't know how to repeat it. Shit. And that's actually makes sense. So what is the lesson learned from the last 3-4 years? Let's learn how the economy works, because we are no longer a baby in this industry. We are a normal industry like shipbuildings, industry, I don't know, steel industry, army, and everything affects, like floods, lack of supply, ozone zone, anything can impact, because we are member of the global economy as every other industry. So we are no longer baby. Baby has gone. Okay, and now let's talk about guilt. Who is guilty? You are guilty. You are guilty. You are guilty. I am guilty. Richard, you are guilty as well. Okay. It a little bit moved up and down. I don't know why, but nevertheless. Who do we have here? We have developers at the bottom line. We have studio heads. Then we have CEOs and investors. This is the triangle that creates the industry. You are guilty because you are naive. Your naivety brought the difficulties for you and for your colleagues. Studio heads. Oh, here are some studio heads. You are also guilty because you were scared to make a change. CEOs, Gilmores of the world, they were guilty because of their conformism. You know how CEOs work on the big companies? Okay, we've got crisis. We will fire people. And I'm getting bonus for restructuring. Then I'm coming back. Okay, the economy is rising. I'm hiring people and I'm getting bonus for prospecting. So this is how they work. They are guilty. And investors, everyone who is investing, are guilty for greed. We are talking about art. Game dev is art. It's not some shitty stuff that you can do, put it on the table and sell for $2 more than you bought it. And the greed is something that is killing the creativity. So everyone is guilty. So we need to learn the lesson as the industry. But I would like to say a few words about my region. Because some of you know that Poland is big in terms of game dev. I don't know if some of you know the term acromegalia. No? It's a growth mutant disease, growth hormone disease, called also mutant disease. So the body is growing very fast, and not everything is following it. We've got in Poland 670 game development studios. 16,000 people working in the industry. Billions invested in the creativity. And we didn't brought any specialists who will put the shape on this industry. Yeah? I mean, the shape is the bones that will do the finance, structuring, responsibilities, processes. It cannot be done internally. You have to bring the knowledge from other industries to this. And we didn't do it. So the Polish game dev industry grown too fast and is now suffering. 14% of the total man count was fired over 2 years. Good? Bad? I said good. There was overemployment because the industry was not ready for such big numbers. And this is where naivety comes, and you are guilty. To make it a little bit more positive, that I would say that when in 2023, I think 13,000 people were laid off, according to reports. These are the official reports. It's a peak of the iceberg because we don't know about the studios that has 10 people and were completely closed. At the same time, in the IT industry, 264,000 people were laid off. Yeah. So we are not alone. And from my perspective, looking at the big numbers, economy, we are down now. We're going slowly recover. And we will continue to recover until the next thing will come. And the scale of our problem will be only based on the lessons we've learned in the current, let's say, maturing process. Okay, I think I've done already too much.
Hello? Yeah, we can close the conference. It's depressing. We can go home now.
No, I think I've got a lot of more to say, but I've got only 30 minutes. But from my perspective, we have reached the bottom. Well, there will be a plateau, let's say, phase, and Q1 will start to recover. But the number of people that were laid off, not everyone will come back, because there were too many of us within the industry. Within 3 years' time, yes, welcome back. But you will be then trained a little bit and you will know more, so we will be in a better position. Okay, thanks a lot for your time and for your patience. Sorry that I didn't tell you the good things, that you are guilty and you haven't learned a lesson. But this is my opinion about the market, being 56 and went through a lot of stuff so far. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks a lot. We have time for 1 or 2 questions or comments, quickly.
Rokas.
Yeah, Rokas. Oh, I remember my name. Thank you. Dziękuję. I have a question. Since you say that there were people who were laid off because of the crisis and all that situation.
No crisis.
Economy
we don't
situation.
use word crisis.
Sorry. My question is, how long it takes to grow that talent pool, which is needed, that it will grow, the potential will grow. So how many years should we imagine it will take to grow new talent pool?
Okay. The answer is we've got it already, and we've got it. We've got too many. The question is where they are located, and your question is related to what you are trying to do here in Vilnius, and I fully agree. We've got in Poland about 2,000 people who are making games, couple years, ready to find a job. We'll bring them to Lithuania. It's not far. So there are people ready, but the place where they are located are not well positioned. Yeah? But if you want to grow community and industry within the country, like Lithuania, which I've been preparing for myself for this discussion, it will take a year or two. Yeah.
That's very optimistic, I guess.
Yeah, it is because if you will learn the curve, you will bring the trainers, you will bring the experienced people from other countries, and then your people will learn fast, because from my perspective, Baltics and Lithuanians, people from Estonia are learning fucking fast, yeah? And you will be ready in 1-2 years to take over.